Hello, welcome back. It's Mystic Brew with the Shift Network, and I have your extended reading with this Two of Cups in reverse and Seven of Wands in reverse energy. If you didn't catch our video on Instagram and TikTok, head over there to see if this message is for you, if the energy resonates. If so, make sure to come back because we got new information, and this new information changes things as it always does. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, there is some separation, some breakup here that really highlighted some self-worth wounds, some self-love wounds here that were needing to be alchemized, transformed, healed. And part of this energy created this sort of wall, this guard that allowed you to, in a very ironic way, not stand your ground, even though you feel like you were standing your ground. But you would stand your ground when it came to the energy that you got used to, not for what you actually wanted. So let's dive a little deeper. I asked, what is the core of this message that whoever this is for needs at this time? And we got the Page of Cups. I needed some clarity, so I asked for an additional clarity card, and then we got the Empress, and it was clear. You are someone who has a really beautiful balance when it comes to honoring your inner child while also honoring the wisdom of the elevated, grown part of yourself. However, when it comes to partnership, when it comes to intimacy, to vulnerability, to emotional situations, it feels like you may sometimes lead with what feels like fear of made up scenarios that stem from your imagination, because you are a very imaginative person. You can also be a little naive sometimes, and I think that scares you. I think, okay, what's coming through is that because you have this untapped ability to venture, or no, I'm sorry, tapped ability to venture into the imagination of the inner child. That connection has not been severed, which a lot of people it has. But for you, you still connect with that child, and that child feeds a lot of your vibrancy, your vitality, your ideas, and when you pursue love, it's like that inner child comes out. And perhaps your inner child came out with this specific partnership if it comes to mind for you. And at the same time, it feels like you don't trust it. It's almost like when you let that dreamer within you flourish, when you let that dreamer go with where you would like the story to go, there's a part of you that like kiboshes it. You know what I'm saying? You try to then become realistic to the point where you don't even allow yourself to believe in the things that you want. The Empress can create anything. This is the creative feminine force. This is fertility. And again, fertility is not just human children, it is the creation of all things. This is abundance, having an abundant mindset, which includes opening the heart space and allowing that abundance to transmute any limitations that are stuck there. This is care, this is nurturing, this is sensuality. And again, as you can see, she's pregnant because she's always given birth to something. And that inner child always has an idea, always has something that it wants to give birth to. You also get intuitive messages with this inner child because your inner child is very curious. Your inner child sees all the possibilities. Your inner child is very sensitive and it can be a little idealistic, and I think that idealism is what frightens you because you often question, is this actually possible or is this too good to be true? And unfortunately, when I asked for like the shadow energy surrounding this situation, we got the Three of Swords in reverse. Good thing it's in reverse, but still. And then we got the Nine of Swords in reverse as well. For whoever I'm reading for, you have experienced a lot of heartache, a lot of grief, a lot of pain that has created a lot of worry, a lot of depression, a lot of overthinking, a lot of rumination, a lot of intrusive thoughts. And again, this is energy that is a strategy. It's a survival mechanism. It's something that you created consciously or unconsciously to help you navigate pain because you felt this and said, absolutely not. No, thank you. Unfortunately, when something like this comes along, as you can see, even with the artwork, it ignites you. And sometimes that ignition is terrifying because now you have this energy that wants to come out and play, that just wants to pour and receive and be boundless to this, surrender to this. And then this comes along, the shadow right behind it, being like, whoa, 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 don't get too comfortable. Remember what happened last time? Don't let that happen again. The good news, again, is that these cards are reversed. So you are releasing pain. You are finding yourself in emotional healing, allowing yourself to express any suppressed emotion, any grief that you've been carrying that's been weighing you down. You're releasing fear. You're learning how to really put an end to the mental torment, remembering that you are the one that has the say as to what continues, what conversation continues up here, and what you put an end to. So there is this recovery, deep recovery that you've been going through. And honestly, I feel like this also was a spiritual awakening for you. With the Hierophant at the top of the deck, there is this energy of allowing yourself to gain knowledge, wisdom that I don't think you would have been able to acquire otherwise. This is what I call experiential evidence. This is spiritual wisdom. This is wisdom that you earn. And I think it challenged your belief systems in some way. So, what you are shifting right now is finding the balance between honoring that inner child, honoring the Empress, two sides of a spectrum, knowing that you are capable of nurturing and caring for yourself no matter what happens. No matter what happens. But you don't want to wonder what if. And perhaps you are coming to a place, whether it's with this connection or just connection in general, closeness, intimacy, vulnerability in general, where you are willing to find out instead of trying to predict the outcome and acting from that place. I feel like I just want to cut one more time to see anything else. Cutting to, yeah, the Five of Cups. There's a lot of grief with this energy. There's a lot of what feels like disappointment. Someone may be feeling abandoned or unloved, a lot of sadness and pessimism. But again, what I'm hearing is that is the perspective with the Devil in reverse above it. This is shadow work. This was a catalyst. You needed to see yourself. You needed to see your shadow. And love is the greatest teacher. Love came into your life and it showed you, if you want this type of love in your life, let me show you everything that's blocking it first. That's all. And then you work through that, and you have been. So don't let that be the end of your story, because it's not. You are the creator. You can birth whatever you want in your life. But first, you must alchemize, transform, transmute the energy that keeps you pulled back in a story that you have outgrown. If this resonated with you, let us know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.